Hi, my name is Athirah Nasron, and I'm from batch 18A. I would like to present my individual case study, which is murder case of Siti Suraya. It has four important points that I want to explain, and I will explain one by one. First is field note. On 1 November, Siti Nurliana Shuhada, which is Siti Nusuraya's sister, found her sister laying down and thought that her sister was electrocuted. After that, Liana contacted her father, who worked within 5 kilometers of their home. Then, her father returned and found that Suraya dead. Moreover, Siti Nur Athirah, who is also a best friend of Suraya, is the woman mean in the CCTV footage that police checked up. Finally, Athirah admit that she came at Suraya's house and she had killed the victim. And second point is the evidence helped to establish the murder. First is police look on CCTV footage from the building rare birds near the house found. It had 5 motorcycles that came out and went into Suraya's house at around 9 a.m. and hide-winded woman. Therefore, the woman was concluded as a prime suspect because she was at the scene of the murder when the incident occurred. Police, however, found Athirah's testimony suspicious. Further, an investigation was later conducted. In Athirah's body were traces of injuries by on his hands believed to the result of a struggle. Next, the suspect also had stolen hundreds of ringgit in cash, two handbags, and two mobile phones to fake a robbery at home. And lastly, police forensic team also collect blood sample and fingerprint from the crime scene and found some hair sample in the victim grapes. All the above evidence has shown that the suspect is guilty without her confession. Next is trauma suffered by who? She will get psychological trauma. Psychological trauma is damage to a person's mind as a result of one or more distressing events, causing overwhelming amounts of stress that exceed the person's ability to cope or integrate the emotion involved, eventually leading to serious long-term negative consequences. For example, in this case, Siti Shuhada will get the trauma because she saw her sister was burned and saw her sister wrist breaks. Next, she also must have trust issue with her friends even though the tragedy did not happen to herself. In this case, it also teach herself a moral that close friends also can betray ourselves. Next is her parents. This is because they lost one of a good daughter in their family. There is no parents in the world not sad if their children treated like that way. Last but not least, the result of the trauma in this case it will make the whole family will get a depression because of overthinking and scared with people or surrounding. Depression is disorder that causes that people face prolonged sadness, fatigue, and absence energy. This disease can be to anywhere regardless of age, gender, and race. Their life have been changed slowly from happier family to trauma and depression family. Punishment under 302 Penal Code. The suspect had a confession that she killed the victims. Next, there are traces of burns due to cuts on victim's face, neck, and chest, so that it can be evidence that the suspect killed the victim brutally and mercilessly. And lastly, suspect also had a devastating effect on victim family. For example, the family was had a trauma and depression because of death of victim. And I really accept the suspect must be punished on that section. It will be moral on others people who had intention to kill a person. It also can make people afraid of the punishment. This is also because the punishment is commensurate with what the suspect did to the victim, so there is no objection to be said. I hope the victim is had defended of her rights to the action of the suspect who has killed her cruelly. That's all for me.